Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, thanks for stopping by. My name is Tolu, and on this channel I share content all around personal finance, budgeting, frugal living, and I show you how to live your best life on a budget. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about one of my favorite topics, which is budgets. What I'm actually going to be doing in today's video is going over my budget from 2020, letting you know how much we spent across all our various spending categories. So everything from our mortgage to food to transport. I'm literally going to deep dive into the numbers and show you how we tracked our expenses last year and how much we spent across those various spending categories. But before I go into those numbers, what I want to share with you is my new budget planner. So this is the ultimate budget planner and expenses tracker, which we'll be using to manage our finances in 2021, and I want to make it available to you guys too in my Etsy store via the link below. What I'm going to do now is show you a quick live example of how the budget planner works, and then I'm going to get back into my numbers from 2020. Okay, so here's a sneak preview and a first glance at the ultimate deluxe budget planner and expenses tracker which I created. It's what I'm going to be using to manage my finances in 2021, but I'm also going to make it available to you guys in my Etsy store. So what I'm going to show you is the expenses tracker part of it, but I'm going to do a whole video where I go through every single tab of the spreadsheet. So you've got income tracker monthly, expenses tracker weekly, expenses tracker monthly, and then you have the zero-based budget, and that's the January version, and I've created one for every single month. I'm going to go through it in more detail in a future video. I'm also going to do a live walkthrough with a fictional budget so that you get an idea of how it would work with numbers actually plugged into it. So this is the weekly expenses tracker. The idea here is that you log all your expenses on a weekly basis. So you've got your expenses for food, groceries, mortgage, utilities, giving, subscriptions, petrol, all of the expenses categories that you have. You log them on a weekly basis here. By logging all your expenses on a weekly basis, what you'll end up at the end of the year with is a whole log of how much you've spent on the various spending categories, and you'll be able to know exactly how much. So when you look at this grand total column, it will tell you exactly how much you spent in the year across all the different budget categories. So that's what I'm going to be talking to you guys about in a second for my 2020 budget planner. I just wanted to give you a quick view of the 2021 version because this is going to be available on my Etsy store. And then what's great as well is that on the monthly expenses tracker, you can have a snapshot of exactly how much you spent each month. So it summarizes. It takes all the calculations from the weekly tracker which you've been logging, and it puts it in a monthly tracker so you can see exactly how much you spent each month automatically without having to fill in the numbers here. It automatically populates from the content in which you put on the weekly tracker. And then you'll have a table showing you how much you spent for each category. So this table tells you in summary how much you spent on each category, and then this chart will then chart how much you spent in each category every month. So you'll be able to see any kind of trend that is forming, any patterns, see where you've spent most of your money and where you spend the least amount of your money each month. That's just a quick overview of the expenses tracker so you get an idea of what it looks like. I'm obviously going to do a more thorough deep dive into this budget planner, show you exactly what each tab looks like, how each tab works, so you can grab a copy via the link in which I'm going to put in the description box for you guys. But yeah, this is my 2021 ultimate deluxe budget planner which I'm going to be using to manage my finances for 2021. I hope many of you are going to download it too and use it to help you budget your money in 2021 and beyond. So this is the part of my budget template which you guys didn't see in my monthly budgeting video. So what I showed you in the budget videos was setting up the zero-based budget on a monthly basis, but what I didn't show you is how we tracked our expenses on a monthly basis. So in that spreadsheet there was an extra tab which had our weekly tracker, or should I say our weekly expenses tracker, and that's where we would import all our different expenses to the different expenses categories, and then that's how we were able to see how much our actual spends were at the end of each month and be able to compare it against the actual figures. So what you see here on the screen is my expenses tracker for last year, and at the moment it's all blacked out. So all of this bit was blacked out because initially what I was trying to do is black it out month on month, and then as you can see I stopped doing that after a while. But if I scroll over to the end, which is the bit that is of interest to you guys, it's the actual numbers. So like what I showed you in their version that's going to be available in my Etsy store, it shows you exactly how much you're spending on a monthly basis, and then it totals up how much you spent for the whole year. So when I look at my totals for last year, we can see that my groceries, we ended up spending £2,442 for the whole year on groceries and spent £744 on takeaway. Now £744 on takeaway for the whole year, that works out as, I don't even know the maths, but that must be like what, £70 a month or something like that. So it's actually not that bad when you look at it in its entirety. Like there's been previous years where we spent over £1,000 on takeaways. So to have come in under £750 on takeaways for the year, I can't even grumble about that. That's not actually bad at all. So all in all, we spent a total of £3,186.63 on food. Let me know in the comment section below how much you spend on groceries a year, if you have that figure to hand, or have a rough estimate or idea of how much you think you spend a year on groceries. Is it a lot higher than what I spend or a lot lower? It would be good to hear in the comment section below how much you guys spend when it comes to your groceries per annum. And if you don't know that figure, then definitely pick up a copy of my budget planner from my Etsy store, so that this time next year you'll have those numbers to hand, so you'll be able to know exactly how much you spent on food in the year, because you'll be able to refer straight back to your own budget planner where those numbers are there in black and white for you to see. Okay, so now we move on to our mortgage, and we paid a total of £11,540.03 to our mortgage, and that figure includes our mortgage principal payments and interest payments in total, and then overpayments we made a total of £4,034.94 in mortgage overpayments for 2020. I'm really pleased with that figure, to be honest. While we didn't hit the 20,000+ that we wanted to achieve in 2020, given how the year went, given how many things went against us, given the fact that I lost my job and everything last year, to be able to still overpay our mortgage by £4,000 in that year was still a great achievement in my opinion. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that result. So this year, hopefully we can double or even triple that figure in terms of overpayments, because like you may know, I haven't actually said this in any previous videos, but one of our goals is to be mortgage free by the time I'm 40. So I don't have many years to go before I reach that milestone. So we want to pay off our mortgage as soon as possible. In order to become mortgage free within the next few years, we're going to need to make overpayments of a lot more than £4,000 a year. But having said that, it's still better than nothing, and we're definitely going in the right direction in terms of bringing that mortgage principal down. So yeah, can't grumble too much about that result. Just got to keep working harder this year and get those passive income streams going so that I can reach this mortgage free goal a lot sooner. Council tax, that was £1,336.41 for the year. So all in all, our house expenses for the year came in at £16,835.96. Gosh, it's expensive living in the UK. When you look at the per annum cost, that's when you realize how expensive everything is to live in the UK. Think about it, £16,000 just for accommodation alone, and that's not even including utilities, which we're going to go into. Yeah, it's expensive stuff. This being an adult thing, I don't understand like why people rush to grow up, because when you get there, you're an adult, it's expensive. So yeah, any young person watching this video, enjoy your youth and don't be in a rush to grow up, because when you grow up, it's expensive. It's very, very expensive. Moving on to our utilities, overall we spent £368.39 on water. Electricity came in at £411.15, and gas was the most expensive of the three, and that came in at £540 for the year. So all in all, our utility costs for the year came in at £1,319.54. So then moving on to giving, if you've watched any of my budgeting videos in the past, you know that I don't really like to talk about exactly how much I give, but just know that giving is something that we do on a regular basis. Yes, we like to give our tithes as Christians, but we also like to give charitable donations to families, to friends, to charitable causes that we want to give to, basically. We don't like to disclose how much we give, but just know that it is something that we do on a regular basis. So giving is blacked out. But moving on to subscriptions, and we can see how much my subscriptions came in for the year. So TV license, that came in at £117.27. Google Drive, that's my husband's subscription, that was £14.31. I don't even know why we pay this on a monthly basis. 2021, he just needs to pay that all in one go, because this is actually a ridiculous subscription. When I'm looking at the numbers now, it doesn't make sense. We spent a whole year paying for something that cost £14.31. So yeah, that's going to change in 2021. That's coming off of the budget, because that's just a joke, really. Moving on to mobile phones, we've got my husband's mobile phone, which is £309.09 a year, and then mine was, oh gosh, mine was more expensive. Mine was £406.07, and that's because I added insurance to my mobile phone contract, and it's a good thing I did that, because I ended up having to claim within a couple of months of getting that insurance on my phone. So my mobile contract is like £10 a month more than my husband's now, because I have insurance, because I can't be trusted with phones. I don't understand what it is with me and gadgets. If it's not my phone that breaks, it's my laptop that breaks. If it's not my laptop, it's the iPad. Something's always breaking when it comes to technological items with me. Like, they just always break. I don't understand why. I can't even blame the kids, because more often than not they just break in my possession. I don't know why, to be honest, but yeah, that's why I have insurance. So yeah, that's why my mobile phone came in a lot more expensive than my husband. So £406.07. Internet, that was £229.68 for the year. Canva, £64.47 for the year. Audible, £117.73 for the year. When you look at these subscriptions as annual costs, they seem so much more expensive than they do when you're paying $7.99 a month. That's why you really have to review your subscriptions. Like, make sure that the subscriptions that you have are actually ones that you're using and you're getting the value out of them, and you're not just wasting money. Because when it's $7.99 here, £4 there, it doesn't seem like much, but when you look at it per annum, it quickly adds up. But you're thinking, wait, that's £100 that could have gone in my investing account. That's £100 that I could have put towards paying off my debt. So yeah, definitely review your subscriptions on a regular basis to make sure you're not paying for things that you don't need to be paying for or that you're not using. So moving on to transport costs for the year, and we've got petrol. We spent a total of £333.20 on petrol for 2020. That's crazy, considering we didn't really go many places last year. We were on lockdown for most of it, so I don't understand how we even managed to use so much petrol in the year, but we did. So then moving on to maintenance. That was car maintenance. I'm guessing that must have been tyres or something that we ended up changing. That was £40. Parking came in at £38.30 for the year. Road tax and MOT, you can see there's no figure in there. That's not because we didn't pay road tax and MOT for the year. That's because we ended up paying it in one go out of our sinking funds. I just didn't document it on the spreadsheet. And moving on to fun and entertainment. I don't know why my fun and entertainment budget was a bit higher than everybody else's. I think because I'm special, because I'm the mum, I'm the only girl in the house. Maybe that's why, I don't know. But my fun and entertainment costs came in at £912.99, and my husband's came in at £862.24, and the kids came in at £802.86. So in total, our fun and entertainment came in at £2,578. Now I will take that figure with a little bit of a pinch of salt, because some things have been calculated under miscellaneous when they really should have gone under our fun and entertainment categories. But you know, that cheeky takeaway or that cheeky night out, that money has been added under miscellaneous instead of under our actual fun categories, because the idea of the fun categories is money that we specifically set out for ourselves. But sometimes when we go over the budget and we end up taking money elsewhere, that's not then reflected underneath the right column in the spreadsheet, if that makes sense. So it's, instead of it being reflected under fun and entertainment, it may be under miscellaneous. It may be groceries seem to have gone over when it's money that we spent on leisurely stuff for ourselves, if that makes any sense. But overall, this is how much fun money we allocated to ourselves in 2020. So yeah, £2,578.09. And then moving on to insurance, we've got car insurance, that was £683.94, life insurance £420.06, and then home insurance was £208.84. Childcare, we didn't have any childcare costs in 2020. Now that must be a first. In fact, that is a first that we've not paid childcare in many years. Hopefully this year my youngest will be going nursery within the next few months, because my plan is to go back to work, and when I go back to work I'm going to need to put him into nursery for a few days, in which case we'll then have some kind of childcare costs. But at the moment there are no childcare costs, because the kids are at home now anyway on lockdown, so they're being homeschooled at the moment, and my youngest is still at home with me as well. But like I said, hopefully he's going to be going to nursery within the next few months when I get a job. Pray for me, guys, that I get a job so that I can send him to nursery, because yeah, the poor thing, he's just at home with me all day every day, and it would be nice for him to get around other little babies. Yes, he has his older brothers, but in terms of kids his own age, it would be good for him to go to nursery so that he can interact with kids his own age and get used to being around children same age as him. Yeah, you see, look, miscellaneous. Oh my gosh, I'm just looking at this number. Wow. So miscellaneous, yeah, this is where things don't fall into any category and they just come under miscellaneous. So all these random expenses that didn't quite fit into any of the pre-assigned categories that we have, these are the things that we then put under miscellaneous. So as you can see, over £3,602.80 has gone to random costs that we can't allocate, that we can't account for. So in 2021, I need to do better with this. Miscellaneous needs to be no more than £1,000 for the whole year, because yeah, we can't have money just going missing like that and not knowing where it's gone. So the money that we had for investing was £680.52, and sinking funds was £1,300 £395.68. I mentioned in another video previously, I don't even know which one it was now, that we finally opened our investment account with Vanguard. So yay, we're finally investors, like so excited. I'm going to do a lot of videos definitely talking about our investing journey and the platform in which we're using and the funds in which we're buying. I'll definitely do a video on that soon. But yeah, I'm so excited to be finally an investor. I'm like, oh my gosh, after how many years of saying that, yeah, I need to start investing. We finally done it at the end of last year. It was one of those things that we're like, no, it needs to be done in 2020. Even if it is like the 29th of December, it's still going to be done in 2020. So yeah, thank God we finally done that, opened our investment account and started our investing journey, and we're going to be putting money in it, God willing, on a monthly basis. And I'll definitely talk to you guys about the funds in which we're buying in a future video. And also, in addition to that, I started my own investing journey as well with Trading 212. If you watched my video where I spoke about how much money I saved in a year, I was able to save over £157, I think it was. And with that money, I was able to then open my Trading 212 account and free trade account and start investing. So in Trading 212, I've got my own little portfolio going, and I'm so excited with it. I'm just like, oh my gosh, yay. I've got shares in like ASOS and certain companies that I've always shopped with for so long. And it's like, now I actually have shares there. Well, it's not really shares, it's like a 0 point whatever of a share, but it's something in it. I still have a slice of the pie, albeit a tiny minuscule slice, but it's something. You got to start somewhere, isn't it, and grow from there. So yeah, I'm definitely going to do a video soon talking about my whole investing journey and being a beginner investor and showing you guys what's in my portfolio. If that's something that you want to see, let me know in the comment section below, and give this video a thumbs up if you haven't yet done so. Let me know that that's something that you want to see, and I'll definitely do that, go through all the companies in which I brought and why I bought those companies. And yeah, it'd be really good to bring you guys on that investing journey as well, because I think, yeah, budgeting, living frugally, and you know, cutting your costs and cutting your expenses is only going to take you so far. There's only so much you can reduce your expenses, but I think the real way to achieve financial freedom and build wealth is to find ways to increase your income, and one great way to increase your income is by investing. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be talking more about that in future videos. So if you haven't yet subscribed, you know what to do at this point. Hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss the notification as to when I next post a video and when I start talking about all this fun stuff, so that you're in the know and we're learning and growing together. So those are literally my numbers. That's how much we spent in 2020 across our various budget categories. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought of our 2020 spend, how well we did, how well we didn't do. My main purpose for sharing these numbers with you guys is just to really inspire you to start tracking your expenses, because I think it's so amazing to look back in hindsight and be able to see exactly where all your money has gone in the previous year, because it can then help you plan and forecast for the next year that's to come. Because it's one thing saying, oh, I spend about £500 a month on food, but what does that £500 a month equal per annum? Do you know that number? And do you know whether that £500 you say you're spending is actually how much you spend? Or are you saying you spend £500 a month when in reality you're spending £750? I think the numbers don't lie. So once you're tracking your expenses and you know exactly where all your money's going, then you're able to account for it at the end of the year. You're able to say, okay, this is where my money's gone. This is how much I spent on food. This is how much I spent on transport. And then you can forecast and plan properly for the forthcoming year. So I hope that I've sold it to you. I hope I've sold the idea of tracking your expenses to you, and how beneficial it is to be able to look back in hindsight and see where all your money has gone and have a better understanding of where you're spending, the areas in which you need to cut back on, the areas in which you can improve, the areas in which you can grow and do better the following year. So I hope you found my numbers interesting and insightful, and I hope it's giving you an idea of something that you can do moving forward in terms of tracking your expenses and being able to see a year from now where all your money is gone. I think having these numbers is just a good way of seeing where your money's gone and helping you forecast and plan better for the future and for your future financial purchases. I hope you will purchase a copy of this budget planner and tracker and use it to help you manage your finances in 2021, so that yeah, you have an idea and a good understanding of where your money is going, and you're planning ahead for your money, so that your money is not just going missing and you're wondering at the end of the month, where's all my money gone? How much have I spent? I don't have a clue. This way you'll have a clue, you'll know exactly where your money is going because you've planned for it and you've budgeted and you've tracked your expenses accordingly. So if you made it this far in this video and you haven't yet given it a thumbs up, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, tell a friend to tell a friend, and I will see you on my next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.